This is Aussie Mac Zone. We'll cover everything Apple, including Macs, iPhones, iPads, and more. All this from an Aussie perspective. Sit back, relax, and insert yourself into the zone. The Aussie Mac Zone.
Hi everybody, welcome to show 360 Aussie Mac Zone. Zarn, how are you?
Fantastic, Michael. How are you?
Fantastic too. Had a great day out yesterday with the car club.
Yeah.
Where'd you go? Sat in the sun and a little museum up in West Gosford.
Yep.
And actually one part of the museum,
yeah,
like I was reading an old, like a 1965, 62, 65 newspaper article where there were some guys people camped on the edge of the, like, not beach, but like a park near the beach, and it got washed away. Like, big storm during the night, got washed away. One guy drowned from his car. Like,
whoa,
amazing. Caravans got washed into the, fell off the side of the, not side of the cliff, but, might be 10 or 12 feet high. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, stunning how much got washed away. But anyway, all these things you learn when you go and have a look around. So our Aussie Apple ramblings this week. Japan just solved travelers' AirPod problem.
Sorry.
Forbes reports the Japanese love their AirPods.
What do you think it was? I had to move a chair, I swear.
If you say so. Yeah, the Japanese love their AirPods almost as much as they love their clean, punctual trains. But that combination has proven to be a really big problem for the country's rail companies. Just over the 3 months between July and September, train passengers dropped over 950 pairs of AirPods onto the tracks of 78 rail stations in the Tokyo area. AirPods made up a quarter of all dropped items, according to East Japan Railway Company, better known as JR East. Apple's tiny wireless earphones often slip out as passengers get on and off trains. In the past, JR East workers had to use a pincer-like grabber tool to retrieve the AirPods, a particularly tedious task since the tiny gadgets often end up stuck among pieces of gravel. Now the rail company has partnered with Panasonic to develop a special vacuum cleaner with a magic hand specifically to retrieve AirPods and other earbuds that fall on train tracks, reports the Japan Times. Early tests at Tokyo's Ikebukuro station show that the Panasonic vacuum can collect tiny earphones much faster than the mechanical grabber tool, which work better on larger items like smartphones or handbags. So there you go, just something different.
I reckon. And you're right, the trains are so punctual and so clean. I've just landed on my table and my whole camera's jumped. They're very lucky because in Sydney we don't know what that's like. Clean or punctual trains.
I've never had a problem, realistically.
Yeah, but you realistically don't use them as transport on a regular basis either.
Not anymore. Not at the moment. No.
Yeah. So I used them for near on 2 decades as transport to and from work, and the trains are comfortable if you can get a seat at the right time.
Yeah. But what about, like, they've got 78 rail stations in the Tokyo area? I wouldn't have thought we had 50 stations in the Sydney area. So interesting.
Hang on. No. Like to Sydney alone, I don't think there's 20. So.
Oh yeah, there'd be at least 20 stations in the Sydney metro area.
From Penrith to Central.
No, I'm called Penrith, Hornsby, Wollongong.
Oh yeah. No, I just meant there wouldn't even be 20 from Penrith to Central.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Be close. Be close.
Yeah, maybe. From here to Blacktown, there's what? Doonside, Reddy Hill, Mount Druitt, St Mary's, Warrington, Kingswood.
Yeah. And
then from Blacktown, it goes Seven Hills, Westmead, Parramatta, Granville, Auburn, Lidcombe, Stratfield.
You missed Toongabbie.
No, Toongabbie, sorry. Yeah, Toongabbie, yeah. Wentworthville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parramatta, Harris Park, Granville, Clyde, Auburn.
Yeah.
North Stratfield. Nah, what's that one? Is that? And then you got Stratfield, Ashfield.
Yeah, Ashfield, Burwood.
Oh, yeah, Burwood, Ashfield, Summerhill. Yeah, Ashfield, Burwood, Summerhill.
You've also got Homebush, and the Market Station, Flemington.
Yeah. Flemington, yeah. So
I don't think that's a station anymore. I'm not sure. And they got little ones like Clyde.
Yeah.
And others as well. Yeah. Yeah, you might be right.
Might be 20.
Yeah.
But there's definitely not 78 in the Sydney metropolitan area.
No.
Even with the new ones, there wouldn't be that many.
No. Who have we got live here? Oh, Nigel. Hey, Nigel, how you doing? Nigel's a friend of mine. I've known Nigel since I was probably about 12 years old.
Yeah?
Yeah, great guy.
Excellent.
What a time for him. Wish I'd seen him more. He's just had twins, actually. So congratulations, Nigel.
Sorry, Nigel.
Welcome to hell. I say that with love, of course.
So, next story. Go for it.
Excellent. So, we have FDA clears Apple Watch app that helps treat PTSD-related nightmares.
Yeah.
Engadget reports your Apple Watch might be the key to addressing nightmares related to sleep issues. The FDA has approved the sale of the Nightwear and Apple Watch app with a corresponding iPhone element that helps treat nightmares stemming from disorders like post-traumatic stress disorder. The system uses smartwatch motion and heart rate data to detect when you're having a nightmare and will vibrate the watch in response, arousing but not waking you to interrupt bad dreams and maintain sleep. Nightwear is prescription only, and it's how do I say that?
I've just got to go back to it. I know I had trouble when I was reading that too.
Yeah, eponymous company stressed that this wasn't a standalone treatment. It's part of a larger strategy. Hello. Sorry, my dog is like going crazy, wagging his tail at me and wanting to say hi. A larger strategy that includes meditation. It also warns against trying the Apple Watch therapy if you act out during sleep.
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea too. If you're throwing punches and getting up and walking around, it's probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee the app will work, although the FDA said that a study showed better sleep quality with nightwear involved than in a controlled group. It's considered low risk. However, and might play a useful role in existing treatments, existing treatments aren't enough. It also hints at a future where smartwatches not only track sleep, but regularly shape the quality of your rest more. Show notes, you know the drill. We've got it there. Check it out. This is really cool stuff.
Yes.
If it's actually there with all the prevention and everything like that you're doing, you know, you're doing your counselling, you're doing everything you can to, you know, cope with your PTSD, then, you know, another strategy. Yeah, that's right. Another strategy is not going to hurt. You know what I mean? For all of us, me included, that suffer from anxiety, you know we've tried hundreds of strategies to just be able to function sometimes. And so this is another little strategy that just helps you function that little bit better.
Yeah.
I say awesome.
Absolutely. Every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. Yeah. So the Apple iPhone 12 just gained a sensational new feature. Now, Forbes again, the latest iPhone software release, iOS 14.2, has just landed. Some of the updates include a release pertaining to specific iPhones only, and one of them is a brilliant new feature that applies to two handsets, the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max, which isn't even available until Friday. It also works on the latest iPad Pro models, providing they are running iPad OS 14.2. It's called People Detection, and it's the reason it's so choosy about which devices it will work on is down to a piece of hardware which isn't on every iPhone or iPad. The latest Pro models have the Lidar Scanner.
Lidar.
Yeah, this scanner is designed to improve photographic results because it speeds up autofocus, for instance, and which can be used in augmented reality apps and games. The new feature is especially important for the visually impaired. It tells you when people are nearby and how far away they are. Obviously, the LiDAR scanner doesn't know what's a person and what's not, but machine learning gets involved, so the magnifier app reacts appropriately. At a time when social distancing is so crucial, when someone less than 6 feet away from you could potentially be impactful, the feature is very helpful. It spots how far away people are and has several ways it can react when it senses someone is there. It can speak the distance for you to the person in feet or meters. It can also emit a tone which changes in pitch if someone gets closer, like sort of a iPhone-based sonar. Additionally, there's an option for haptic feedback to alert the user, as well as a visual readout on the screen with a thick dotted line running directly to the other person, with the distance listed below. Note that it's people detection, not cat detection, dog detection, or lamppost detection, for instance. Well, they're all much less likely to give us COVID-19 anyway.
That's right.
So, yes, some more notes there.
Yeah.
Now, gaming, south of Circle.
Yes, so
tell us about south of the
circle. Sorry, that's my typo.
Yes.
I apologise.
Fix that.
Yeah, this game is absolutely stunning. Yeah, thank you.
Pleasure.
So this game's absolutely stunning. I just want to make that very clear. Visually, it's special. Like I love it, but gameplay seems forced, and at some point it feels like you weren't even playing at all. You were just watching. I was looking forward to this game, so I was somewhat disappointed. I don't know what to say. The last couple of games I've played have been really upsetting. They have had amazing release date, and trailers, and I really, really wanted to get into them and play them, especially this, like South of the Circle. It just seemed so amazing, and I couldn't wait. But I had to, obviously. But I'm saying that I waited and waited and then got there. And so at some point, because you're meant to be sort of navigating, but you're not really. It sort of does it for you. And I think gameplay could be a little bit more handed over to the player, so you feel like you're a part of that what's happening.
It wasn't listed for younger player. Like
No,
didn't have like
no. This isn't.
Okay.
No. It's yeah, and so I gave it 2.5 apples, and that was
Wow.
that's just for its visual beauty because it was lovely. That was the only redeeming feature.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I had a real hard time sort of getting into it, which is a shame. Again, I'm only doing this at one device at a time.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting down and doing it on multiple devices anymore, just because I've got 3 kids, job. So my gaming time is very limited these days. I try my best. I will give it again. I will give it another try, but I don't see it changing because there was no glitchiness.
Yeah.
There was no stop start. There was no anything like this.
I might have to give it a go on the Apple TV.
Yeah, so it was how the game was sort of played, and so I feel it's not going to change. But again, I could be wrong.
We'll have a look. Yeah.
Yep.
Now,
Gaming
2.
Google Stadia may soon officially support Safari on iOS 14. Since its launch nearly a year ago, Stadia has only officially been available on Android Web and Chromecast. It appears Stadia may soon pick up iPhone and iPad, its first additional platforms, with new code pointing to officially support for Safari on iOS 14. Considering Stadia has an official web app, it may seem surprising that iOS has not been supported that way. This was actually because when Stadia first launched, the version of Safari that was bundled with iOS 13 didn't have the necessary web features to run Stadia well. Hey,
Pay
lazy.
attention.
Sorry.
I'm doing that.
Sorry. With iOS 14, that's changed. As alternative browsers still based on WebKit, like Safari, like Stadium, have proven the main thing those apps still have to do. However, it changed the user agent. That way, a browser identifies itself to websites to disguise itself as the desktop version of Google Chrome. This step is necessary because Stadia's web app currently only officially supports Google Chrome on Windows, Mac OS, Chrome OS, and Linux. There's more in the notes.
Okay.
So I'm interested in this. We had the picture up just before. Can you throw that up again?
Yeah. Give me a tick.
Yep.
Go back into there and then go back into there. Yep.
Awesome. So Stadia is the same sort of thing as Apple Arcade. Am I correct?
Yeah, I think so. But on the Google side of things, yeah.
Yeah, but on the Google side of things.
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting to get, and it'd be silly for them not to do it, considering that they're trying to sort of, be a platform for gaming. I know that Microsoft and Sony don't have a lot of cross-platform gaming, but
even Sony's going to be on your phone, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're going to have to soon merge because gamers are getting sick and tired of it too.
Yeah.
So, pardon me. If they don't start to soon be able to cross-platform play, one of them is going to end up losing business, I guess. Because at the moment, I still can't play certain games with my cousins and stuff like that. There are some of the Call of Duty games.
You've just got to buy every single platform there ever has been.
Well, that's right. You'd have to buy a PlayStation and an Xbox, whatever it is on.
Windows computer.
Yeah, you'd have to do all that just to get those things. Well, Xbox and Windows computers are now one. So you can play anything on your Xbox that you own digitally on your Microsoft Access computer.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are a PC gamer, but you still want to be able to play games with your mates that are on Xbox and things like that, you can do that via the Xbox app on your laptop or PC.
Okay.
So, but yes, cross-platform. Call of Duty does it now.
Yeah.
So I can play with cousins that either have Xbox or PlayStation, and we can do it that way. But not many others do. If Rockstar did it, they'd honestly be killing the market. So, yeah. Anyway, entertainment.
Entertainment. Okay. So, Apple TV orders Platonic, starring Rose Byrne and Seth Rogen. Apple TV Plus will expand its award-winning offering of comedy series with Platonic, a new series starring Emmy and Golden Globe nominees Rose Byrne and Seth Rogen, and co-written by Nick Stoller and Francesca Del Banco. The series will be produced for Apple by Sony Pictures Television. The series reunites Byrne and Rogen with director Nick Stoller following their collaboration of Neighbours films.
Yeah.
Platonic is a 10-episode, half-hour comedy which explores the inner workings of platonic friendship. A pair of former best friends who met in their youth, played by Byrne and Rogen, reconnect as adults and try to mend the rift that led to their falling out. As their friendship becomes more consuming, it destabilizes their lives and causes them to reevaluate their choices. And then
These two are great together. The neighbor movies are absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
There's just they're just out of control. I love that wacky, Seth Rogen, almost slapstick, comedy. It's very good.
Excellent.
Apple TV Plus orders new series of High Desert, starring and executive produced by Academy Award-winning Patricia Arquette, and directed and executive produced by Ben Stiller. Apple has announced a series order of High Desert, a new comedic half-hour series to be produced by Apple Studios that will star Academy Golden Globe and Emmy Award-winning Patricia Arquette, who will also executive produce. The project reunites Arquette with DGA Award-winning winner Ben Stiller, who will direct the first episode and executive produce through Red Hour Films, alongside Nikki Weinstock, Molly Madden, and Tom Lassley. Executive producers on behalf of 3 Arts Entertainment. High Desert follows Peggy, who's Arquette, a former addict who decides to make a new start after the death of her beloved mother, with whom she lived in the small desert town of Yucca Valley, California. Makes a life-changing decision to become a private investigator. Sounds fantastic already. The series is created and written by Nancy Fitchman, Nurse Jackie, Damages, Katie Ford, Miss Congeniality, and Jennifer Hope, Grace and Frankie, Nurse Jackie, Damages, who will also serve as executive producer. These are some great shows too. Nurse Jackie, Grace and Frankie. I know both of those. I haven't seen Damages, but the other two are fantastic. Miss Congeniality is also very funny.
Yeah.
High Desert marks Apple's second partnership with Arquette and Stiller following the series order of Severance, an up-and-coming workplace thriller starring and executive produced by Arquette and Adam Scott, and directed and executive produced by Stiller. Arquette and Stiller both received Emmy Award nominations yada 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 for their multi-award-winning collaborations. Critically acclaimed, hit limited series Escape. It's now just kissing their butts because they are amazing at what they do, both Stella and Arquette.
And the writers.
And the writers. I love both these guys too. They are excellent actors, and they're both their own rights. Ben Stiller's done some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen on big screen or television, for that matter. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing that. It sounds really good, especially, small town, exotic, private eye now.
Becomes a private eye.
It just, where's it going to stop? That sounds great.
Yeah, we've got lots of things to look forward to.
Yep.
Things here that are in the new OSs.
Yep.
So you no longer have to give apps your exact location. CNET tells us up until iOS 14, when you approved an app's location request, you were allowing it to see exactly where you were. But most apps will work just fine with your general location. Location requests from websites in Safari are a prime example. Usually it's some sort of retail business that makes the request so it can find stores near you. Instead of giving the site your address, providing it with your approximate whereabouts will still make possible to find nearby stores, but not giving up your private info. The toggle in the new location, location request prompt is supple, but it makes a big difference. In the top left corner of the map overview is a button that has the label Precise on. Tap it to switch it off and you'll immediately see the map zoom out, representing the general area, your current location. That area is what the particular app will have access to. If you change your mind about the setting at some point in the future, you can go into Settings on your iPhone, Privacy, Location Service, and then select the apps you want to adjust whether or not they have access to precise or not precise location. Which makes it really good these days, yeah?
Yes.
What's next? So don't forget, when you're stuck indoors, stand up. Go for a little walk around. Don't forget that as well. Very important for your health.
How to? HomeKit Weekly?
Yeah, so this one is interesting.
Yeah.
So there's a show, HomeKit Weekly, how HomeKit kept my car from getting stolen, why I'm now even more excited for AirTags. So 9 to 5 reports, pardon me. So the guy, he got quite the HomeKit set up at this point, as I have about 50 devices on my Wi-Fi network at any given time. A few weeks ago, I woke up on a Tuesday morning with motion alerts on my Eufy cameras. This alert is not uncommon, as there is a neighbourhood cat that frequently walks around our porch at night. Little did I know that once I checked the alerts, my day would get a lot more complicated. Once I checked the Eufy app, I saw 3 what appears to be high school age kids opening my car door, being startled and then running away at 5 a.m. I was pretty startled, so I immediately went to look for my keys. I have a 0001 tracker on my keys, and it couldn't find them. The last it connected was 7:45 the previous night, and that was precisely the last time I was near my car, so I quickly realised I'd left the keys in the car by accident. Because my Eufy cameras are tied into a HomeKit, they can activate other devices when they detect motion. From watching the videos, I gathered that they were rifling around in my car, they found my keys, and then my Hue floodlights were activated by the motion detected from the cameras, and they ran between my house and my neighbour's house. Once they realised no one was coming out, they darted off to the street towards the main road. I do not doubt that without these HomeKit automations, my car would have been stolen. Obviously, I immediately had my house locks rekeyed, took my truck down to Mountain View Nissan, here in Chattanooga, to purchase a new key fob, as well as have my keyless entry system reprogrammed so my old keys would no longer work. You'd think the story would end there, but it didn't. The next morning, I walked out in my backyard to take my dog out first thing in the morning, and the Chipolo app reminded me, alerted me that it had found my keys. I immediately launched the app and told it to ring my keys. I could hear them in the woods behind my house. They weren't there the previous night, so it's clear the same people came back. My house is the first house in the neighbourhood, so I suspect they tried to unlock my truck from the main road to see if the keys would still work. And when they didn't, they tossed the keys, minus the US $300 key fob, into the woods, as they were likely worried about being tracked somehow. I dug the keys out of the woods and attached them to my new key fob. So he got his house keys back, even though there might have been other things other than his house keys on there, of course. And I'm now even more excited about Apple's upcoming AirTags. One of the headline features is being able to put them into lost mode. They will also use all iOS devices as passive trackers for lost items to help locate them. While Tile and Chipolo have similar features, the large installed base of iOS devices make it even more likely that my keys could have been tracked back to the people who broke into the car. While this situation wasn't fun and was costly, it is a great reminder of the benefits of being able to combine HomeKit devices together to create automations. Most of the time these automations are fun, but in this situation, I've no doubt they saved my car from being stolen.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, there's a different story for you.
Yeah.
And it's amazing what happens. And I know... that's the thing that concerns me. That's why I can't wait myself for the Apple tags, because I know my old car.
Yeah. Just gone.
Well, I've had one car stolen, which they obviously started without any keys, because I've still got both sets of keys. But just the tag, like the remote key switch, as I said a couple of weeks ago, it's like $700 or $800 for that.
Yep.
In Australia.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's what it costs for a Commodore. Even if it costs $600 for a Commodore, you know what I mean? Like,
well,
it makes a $50 or $80 Apple tag look cheap.
Yeah, it does, and I'm in complete agreement with you, because I drive Commodores, and I do like them, but I know they are highly sought after and highly stolen.
Yep.
And so to be able to, sort of tag even just my car, like have one in my car, would be amazing,
Yeah, and as soon as people walk past it with an iPhone, it'll go, oh, there it is.
Yep.
There it is. So, yes, time will tell.
Yes, yep. So,
yeah,
Apple's HomePod Mini sells out on day one. iPad Insight reports the HomePod Mini really didn't grab me until I saw Apple's segment on it during the iPhone announcements. Before that, the name alone just made it sound like a smaller version of the overpriced, well, at least when it first went on sale originally. It was a bit overpriced. While the tech looks solid for a smaller device, it was only $99 US, of course, price tag that really got my attention. I didn't think it would be that reasonably priced going in. Let's face it, Apple really isn't known for value pricing. Depends. Anyway, look, I think they are value for money, because yes, you can buy a cheap laptop for $300 or $350 for a little Chrome book or whatever they're called.
Yep.
But it's not going to last you as long as a MacBook Air, is it?
No.
Like, you can have your MacBook Air for what, 5-6 years?
Easily.
Longer, if you're willing to sort of suffer through a little bit slower technology by then. But anyway, we won't go into that. Pricing, they were set at $99 US price. Really changed my perception of the product. It seems I'm not the only one either. While the various models of the iPhone 12 have evidently sold well, this year, the HomePod Mini sold out during pre-orders, with deliveries now pushed out as late as December 13th.
Yeah. I
So
know. It's a
while
long way from now to December 13th.
It is. And so what's that? That's $130 our way, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for $130, I'd buy one without a doubt. Like, I wouldn't even question it. I'd buy one. So I've got I've got two Apple TVs, we've got Apple phones, we've got MacBook Airs. So I would, for that price, I would definitely purchase one.
And we've got the what's it called? It's not the two-way. I forgot what it's called now. It's where you can, when you've gone out, instead of Kellyanne ringing you, she can just say, tell Zarn to buy some soap when he's down the shop. Yeah. It'll come through on your CarPlay in your car.
Yeah.
Or you can say, just in CarPlay, I can say, I'm on my way home. I've got the pizza, and everyone get ready.
Yeah. That's my next purchase. So I want CarPlay, and I want the Mini for the house. It's even just cool for the kids too. Also, I listen to podcasts every day, as well as making podcasts. I also listen to them. So it'd be great just to have next to the bedside table and say, Siri, can you play this? And it just happens enough. Boom, awesome.
Yep.
So anyway, while it's possible that production was a bit limited as the COVID pandemic has delayed and restricted the availability of all kinds of electronics, this still sounds impressive to me.
Yes,
it also seems that pre-orders outpaced what Apple expected for the Mini out of the gate. So hopefully that will motivate them to continue pushing improvements to Siri and the home automation capabilities of this hardware.
Absolutely.
So, again, absolutely stoked. I would, buy one next week if I could.
Mm-hmm.
So, but clearly they're not available at the moment.
So, anything else? We've nearly got a wrap up.
Don't forget, Michael. Wednesday morning, 5 a.m.
Wednesday morning, 5 a.m. That's right. Yeah. Australian Eastern Daylight Time for our next Apple presentation.
Yep.
Hopefully we get some new Macs and something else, our AirTags or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't forget to it'll be on Apple News on Aussie Mac's homepage just after the end of this. Might even be 20 minutes after the end of the show.
Yep.
Don't forget, show promotion.
Can't see me AMZ.
Show links each week on the show upload. The link being
AussieMacZone.com.au AMZ 360.
Yep.
There you will find the last 6 weeks of show notes. You can email us at
Michael or Zarn at AussieMacZone.com.au.
Or just search Aussie Mac Zone on Google Podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Overcast, or whatever cast you decide to use.
That's right.
You find us, you like us because we like you, and everyone's happy.
Yeah, don't forget Apple News, Aussie Mac Zone. Thanks to our supporters, you, our listeners and watchers, the most important people out there. And over to Zarn for the sign-off.
Excellent. Thank you so much, guys, once again, for watching and tuning in. So remember, Apple a day keeps the Androids away. See you later.
See ya.